Hello, I'm Guy. I'm a third year music tech student.
Hi, I'm Ruth. I'm a first year English and education student.
Hey there, my name's Kate. I'm a third year English literature student and I'm a part of Derwent College.
Hi, my name is Fanny. I'm a second year history of art student and I'm part of Wembra College.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a third year student at York studying Joint Honours English and History, and I'm in Halifax College.
Hello, I'm Tom. I'm in Derwent College and I'm first year studying film and television production.
Tell us your top revision tip.
Top revision tip. I would say, no matter how hard it is, I try and avoid going to the library with my friends. Because even if we're all at the library at the same time, that's fine. Because sometimes we just walk there together and then disperse. But like, we don't study the same things, so we tend to distract each other a lot. So even like just being in the same room as them sometimes, because you just look up and we just start laughing at each other and I'm like, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We've got work to do.
Focus.
But yeah, like going to revision spaces by yourself sometimes is really helpful. And also knowing what time's right for you to revise. Because I know like my favourite time to go to the library is between 12 and 5 a.m. Because I've done the day then.
So that's my favourite time to sleep. That's when I enjoy being not awake.
Because most of the time I'm going to be awake anyway, because my house are normally just up around then. But I'm like, if I'm at the library during this time, at least I'm going to be productive.
Yeah.
But like just finding what works for you, because most of my friends are like, yeah, I couldn't do that. That is sleeping time. And I'm like, that's when I'm most productive. My brain's like, I can do this now.
Tell us your top revision tip, please.
Top revision tip. I think, just start early, be prepared, because although it's sometimes quite stressful to start, it's more stressful if you leave it to the last minute, as someone who's, been there before. And I think, if you start soon, then you can, you've got so much time to play with and it's not intense and stressful and you can have breaks, So definitely just, be prepared.
And I think by this time you've been studying for so long, so you know yourself. You know when you're the most creative, most up for revising. I know I even if I woke up at 9 a.m. I just couldn't do it until like 3 p.m. in the afternoon because I work better at night.
So it's not knowing your own strengths as well and when you work best and if you can work with others or on your own or what kind of environment you need.
Tell us about your top revision tip. I'd say, just really plan your time. For me personally, I like having like a list of things that I'm going to do the next day, and then I know it's sort of planned out and it's quite satisfying then when you can tick them off and you feel like you've achieved your goals for the day. So I'd say, just plan, make sure you have your books out in advance, maybe have like a list of like areas you need to research and stuff. And I just find going to the library really helpful for me because I think being in that environment where everyone else is working, like you're all kind of in it together, you kind of just get on and do it, whereas if I'm in my room like at my house then I'm more like, oh no, procrastinate, do something else, whereas if I'm at the library I'm like, no, I'm here to work. So
it's nice to be able to separate that sort of home life and work life as well, because I mean a lot of people say, oh yeah, I can work in my room, which if that works for you, absolutely fair, but I used to definitely be like that, but until I actually went and sat down in the library, that's the space, the difference between them is immense to be able to actually sit down and concentrate, because you don't really want to bring the negative energy into your room where you just want to relax after you've worked rather than turn that into a mini office in its own right.